what are the things that like when he got into marriage, he noticed about me that was surprising to him. He was like, no, I didn't even know this about this person before I got married to her. Yeah.
Uh, when you asked me that question,
Uh-huh.
my ancestors came. They were like, my son,
My son.
my
My
son,
son.
be very careful. Be very,
No, but
very
I was asking for like
careful.
an honest opinion.
I
Like
mean,
I'm not gonna be angry or anything like that.
remember one of our episode where we talked about mental health of your spouse and
Mm-hmm.
our conclusion about, there's a certain way you need to ask if you need to demand for something, right?
Okay.
So I think that was what happened and that was what you used because my ancestors were not going to let me answer that question.
So will you
But
answer it now?
but eventually you use some of the things we have learned and you asked me that you were serious about it, you wanted to know. And I'm just going to go ahead and answer it,
Okay.
right? When you asked me, there was only one thing I could think about. Like when I met you, we were dating, and I know your story, I know your journey.
Mm-hmm.
But I know your story, I know your journey, I know how resilient you were, I know how hardworking you were, how much you go out all the way for your goals. And you also know my story that I am someone that also went all the way out for my goal to get to where we are today.
Yeah.
So that actually was one of the things that I always that I thought about. We have plans of things we want to achieve as couple. Then bringing those two forces together, my expectation was it was going to bang. It was going
Yeah, definitely banging.
right. It was going to bang. But after marriage, I just observed that for you, you wanted to take the slow route in terms of how you want to achieve all those goals that we set for each other.
Mm-hmm.
For example, me, I might want to do 2 or 3 things and complete them this month, but you're like, today doesn't look like a good day to do this. Tomorrow doesn't look like a good day to do that. I'm like, come on, we got to do this.
Yeah.
So it got to that point that I was like, I didn't expect you are going to you're not going to have that drive that I knew you to have, and that was the thing that I would say that it
Wait,
surprised
did,
me
did,
in
did you
my.
ever think maybe I was going through like a phase? Maybe, like I'm at a phase in my life that I just started work. I'm just starting to feel like, yeah, I'm coming up in my career. Did you ever think it was a phase? I just got married and thinking about, stabilizing myself, like in terms of family and all that. Did you ever think about it in that aspect?
I didn't think too much about it for several reasons, and the first reason is after we got married and we started living together, it's an attitude that I just noticed like, okay, you don't want to do things pretty fast. And I didn't really care about it. But when we started getting into everything and we want to achieve this real fast, me, I would think I want to achieve it real fast, and you'd be like, today's not the day,
Yeah, we can take our time
right?
sometimes.
So I was like, okay, this has been happening even before you started showing that you want to go after, you want to enjoy the new success for
Mm-hmm,
yourself.
yeah.
I wasn't thinking too much about that. So, I mean, that's just to answer my question.
Okay, because when you told me, I was like, "Are you kidding me? Am I supposed to be? Am I supposed to be like angry? Not like angry, but I was like, oh, that's concerning."
My ancestor told me, "Do not talk."
No,
That
I
thing
was I wasn't
that
angry.
thing that you have in your mind, they call my name. Oh, Akin,
Stop it!
Akin,
Stop
don't
it!
talk. But anyway, what about you?
I
What
think
are the things that you noticed since you got into
no,
marriage?
I think it just didn't really dawn on me the idea of being responsible for somebody, especially like in terms of like feeding, like in terms of cooking, in terms of like their appearance outside, in terms of like the work that goes into making a home. I think that was like a major thing for me because now I have to like make sure you are okay. There's food in the house. Even when busy schedule, make sure that you can. There's something for you to feed on, even if I'm not at home and all that. So that was like a lot because I was basically living with by myself for like a long while. And there were days that I can wake up and decide that, hey, I'm not cooking today. I can even not eat safe because I don't want to cook. And so that was like a lot for me to get used to. That was all I was saying.
Yeah, but remember, I mean, when you were saying that, it reminded me of one of our episode too, where we talked about how you coping with marriage, work-life balance,
Yeah,
and you said you were learning as the day goes by.
as day goes by.
But remember that some of these things that you said, for example, cooking, caring for someone else, remember that there are other provisions for it.
I think I'm that kind of person that I'll be like, yeah, I guess I want it. And I'm like, okay, maybe I can buy, food sometimes, like to stock the fridge. Then it comes and I'm like, I could have prepared this with a lesser amount and with a better quality. So it's just like kind of, for me, it's kind of like a balance between, do I really want to spend this money or can I just, make food at home that has better quality and possibly taste better most times, yeah.
Well, this topic is actually interesting. We can't say it all, but if there is a shocker that you observed after you got married, drop it in the comment. We want to learn. We want to know about those. And until that next episode, we are going to catch you again.
Yeah. Thank you guys for hanging with us. We are so happy to be here.
Bye.
Bye, guys.